Okay.
All right. How exactly does CWS fulfill its mission?
CWS fulfills its mission through partnerships. I really think that partnerships are key when organizations are looking to enact change. And I really think that collaborations and partnerships with local community groups and with the populations who we serve are kind of like the meat of how CWS fulfills its purpose as an agency. You can't do, anything alone in the world. You have to partner together, and actually that's how CWS started as an agency as well. After World War II, a lot of different faith groups in the United States, a lot of different denominations were looking at Europe and saying, we need to respond to the displacement that's taking place post World War II. What can we do? And at that point, there were 17 different denominations that came together and said, look, if we do something together, if we gather food together on train cars and send them to the East Coast to be sent over to Europe, if we do that work together, we're going to be able to achieve something that we can't do alone. So partnerships, I really would say that CWS does our work and fulfills our purpose in partnerships.
Is that partnerships with like corporations or with people or with like quilting groups? Like what kind of partnerships?
Oh, yes, every and all kind of partnerships. It's. I always tell people that you don't underestimate the good that comes from small actions. One small group of people gathering together winter coats to drop off at an office, and those winter coats will be the first coats that refugees who are coming from a warm climate will have in the cold months in their new community in the United States. And that's just as important as the partnerships of like the big foundations that want to fund positions to actively do the work in an office. So you need all types of partnerships, partnerships at the small local level, and partnerships with larger community groups and kind of everybody in between.
Awesome, thank you. How many minutes do you have on your phone?
2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Awesome, that's what I have too. Okay. So you were saying people on a local level, how can individuals on a local level help?
On the local level, the 3 words that I typically think of in how people can make a difference are donate, educate, and participate. So those 3 words, you first start off with donate. A lot of times people think of donations of money, of cash, of checks, and those are wonderful, but you can't forget the donations of physical items. Donation is one way that people can get involved in the work really tangibly. Even if it's finding new purpose for things that are in your house and you no longer use. A lot of families will grow up and grow out of specifically baby items or childhood items, and they're saying, we got some use out of this crib, but it still has a lot of life left in it. Let's go ahead and donate it to a refugee family who needs a crib. And then that second thing, educate. There's this topic is incredibly complicated. The topic of how people are forcibly displaced from their homes is a complex one, and we tend to get facts and figures muddled with today's media and politics. And I think education of grounded in people's lived experiences and stories, and what people really face personally when they make the journey from their home and from their home country to a new safe location is incredibly important as part of our education journey. That and reading books and watching documentaries. And then participation is the direct act of service work, right? That's, greeting somebody at the airport saying, welcome to Lancaster, welcome to the United States, welcome to Pennsylvania, and from there saying, I'm going to be an intentional volunteer in this process, an intentional friend, if you will, an intentional neighbor, saying, if you live 5 minutes from me, if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me in this way, and I'll answer them for you. So those are the 3 ways that I really think are the 3 keywords that ground how people can think about what they can do to enter into this issue: donation, participation, and education.
Thank you.